Mason Campbell took a lick.
Everybody down, let's go. Let's go, take a knee. Everybody listen up. Brother Chet, take us home.
Yes, sir. Grab somebody, grab somebody. Father God, you have honored the hard work of these young men, this coaching staff.
All right, real quick, listen up. Good game. You guys, when you get to go in a game, those backup groups, you just got to keep playing. We didn't run a lot with you, but, you know, we just got to improve. But it's good to get you out there, get you playing. You know what it's all about. That's one of them. Got 8 conference games. That's one of them. We got to get better. We got better from last week to this week in every area. Now we got to keep getting better. Got a big one next week. Everybody knows what we're talking about. It ain't about them, it's about us. If we play better and get better, we'll go play good. And that's what it's all about. Let's get focused. Enjoy this one tonight. Be careful tonight. Tomorrow, we come back and go to work. Good job. All right, male Sal.
This is the Auburn Football Review with Coach Tommy Tuberville. Brought to you by your Alabama Coca-Cola bottler. Coca-Cola, let's make it real. Colonial Bank, financial strength in local hands. Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. For building outdoors, yellow's your color. Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of Auburn Athletics. Tiffin Motorhomes, wherever you go, we go. Winn-Dixie, you'll always find everything you need at your neighborhood Winn-Dixie. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, now offering long-term care benefit programs. And by Golden Flake Snack Foods, the official snack of the Auburn Tigers.
And welcome back to Scott Field. I'm Rod Bramlett with head football coach Tommy Tuberville, where just minutes ago the Auburn Tigers win their SEC opener 43-14 over Mississippi State. And coach, that was a mighty happy locker room we just saw.
A hot Scott Field.
Oh, you're not kidding.
I can't believe we just played a football game in this weather, but our guys held up well. I was proud of them. Our strength and conditioning over the summer paid off for us. We played a lot of players. It was a good football game. Very physical. We knew it'd be that way when we came over here. We wanted to win the battle of the trenches, and I think we did.
All right, first half highlights coming up, but first, let's talk to some of the players in the Auburn locker room.
It felt pretty good. We came back last week, know some things we had to focus on this week, eliminate the mistakes, and just went out and played ball.
Offensive line really gelled today. We gelled on Tuesday, had really good practice all week. Monday and Tuesday we're starting to come together a little bit, and you can tell out there today we came together. Guys like Danny and Ben Grubbs are starting to really come around too. We're all getting on the same page, and once that happens, we're going to be pretty good. So
it was just a great day. We ran to the ball. We knew our assignments. The coaches did a great job of preparing us, so we just went out there and played.
Wow. Yeah, incredible. I just want to thank God first for everything. Gave me the opportunity to do it, but just a bad snap. Was on my backside. Ball bounced up right in my hands. It was me and one guy. Went at him, gave him a little pump fake, and took it to the house.
Oh, today was pretty good. I thought we got out there. We was very physical. There was a lot of good things we did, and of course there's some bad. We plan on just celebrating tonight. Putting this win behind us, get ready for LSU.
Yeah, we tried to. We ran some stunts and just tried to get after him all day. They didn't run the ball much after the first half, until the end of the game. So we tried to put some pressure on and did the best we could. But he's real good.
Yeah, it's very important, to come back home and, to play with a good feeling because our team came out ready to play today. We was coming to Mississippi State. It's Coach Kroon, first SEC game. So we knew they was going to come out, real loud, and the crowd was into it early. So, we got the ball first. First thing we want to do is try to take the crowd out of it. And, by driving the ball down the field, put some points on the board.
Yeah, we came. I got a chance to go in the fourth quarter, and I didn't think we were going to do that much throwing as we did. But, we kept going and kept moving the ball down the field, and did a little naked play, and Ben got open in the end zone, and it wasn't the greatest of pass, but Ben went up and called it for a touchdown. First touchdown pass is real exciting.
Handoff to Williams, around left end, breaks one tackle to the 2, to the wide, he's in! Touchdown, Tigers! Carnell Williams from 3 yards out makes it 27-0 Auburn. And welcome back to the Auburn Football Review. I'm Rod Bramlett, getting ready for first half highlights. The Tigers, of course, winning their SEC opener against Mississippi State, 43-14. And Coach, you wanted to get off to a good start in this football game, and you did just that.
Set the tempo, and our guys did exactly that. You know, our motto all week long was to focus on the first half, and you'll get the running game going, but just control the line of scrimmage on both sides, offense and defense, and we did exactly that.
Okay, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Receive the kickoff, Coach. We get to see Carnell Williams right out of the box here.
Yeah, this is really our first kickoff return of the year. We didn't get to work on it last week, and pretty good execution out of our young guys. It's good to see Carnell get the ball in his hands early. We try to set the tempo early. You see here we run a little power play to the outside, kick out the end, and Ronnie Brown gets a good run right off the bat. It's good to see our offensive line coming off the ball a lot more aggressive than they did last week. There's another big hole for Carnell up the middle. Raking tackles, good blocking by Devin Arumashadu downfield. Again, we wanted to run the ball off tackle early and then run some misdirection. Here's a little toss sweep that we run out of what we call a bunch formation. Put all receivers together and get them thinking pass and run it to the left side. Good blocking out of the receivers. That's been a big plus for us so far this season. Receivers blocking downfield. There's Ronnie Brown. I'm sure that safety wasn't thrilled about seeing him coming full speed downfield, and again, we're controlling the line of scrimmage. Good turnout by the Auburn fans. Here we come back on third down and throw a quick slant to Anthony Mix, and Anthony Mix had one of his better days as an Auburn Tiger.
A couple of touchdown catches. His first touchdown catch as a Tiger was 2 years ago in Starkville.
Here you can see a slow motion of it, just a slant inside, and the defender's not supposed to let him inside, but he's so big, we still force him inside on a short pass on the goal line. Here we come back defensively. They run a screen pass, and Ontarius Williams reads it right off the bat, and that's good to see him react that quick. Then we get the ball back after a couple more plays, and there's Carnell running, breaking tackles again. Again, on that first play, we ran a power play. That was a power play to the other side. Here's a bootleg to Cooper Wallace, to the tight end. We got to get the ball to the tight end more and more as we go. Here's another good blocking on a power play. Good blocking there by Jake Slaughter downfield. Again, Carnell is tough to get down one-on-one. You got to wrap him up, and almost gets in the end zone down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, thought Carnell had himself a touchdown, and he reverses field so quickly, and then does the right thing as he gets over near the sideline, switches arms with the football there, and just barely short.
That's one thing he does great is switch balls with that arm. There he goes up the middle and scores on the kind of inside run. We'd had goal line scrimmage on Monday, really talked about that hard of creating a different line of scrimmage. And ball game's 14-0, and again, you feel good about what we're doing offensively, and defense only been out there 3 snaps. Here they come back, and they run a little draw play that had given Tulane problems, and it gave us a little bit of problem here early because we were getting up the field so much with our defensive line.
That's the SEC Player of the Week there. Jarris Norwood did a good job against him.
Here they come back, and Jay Ratliff gets great pressure on their quarterback, and I tell you, he's going to be a good quarterback in this league. He's got a lot of movement, and there's Stanley McGlover. A couple plays later on the sack. Stanley didn't start this game, didn't play as well as we would have wanted him to in the first game, and put him on second team, but he responded. There's a little what we call field goal punt, getting field goal formation and punt it with no return, and they get a good one down to the 10. Here we're going to try to bounce it out, and of course there's Ronnie Brown. I tell you what, you got to tackle him low. You can't tackle him up high. He'll just lower his shoulder, and big play off the goal line.
Got you some breathing room. Biggest run of the day.
Yep, there's Carnell coming back inside. I tell you, it's great to have that 1-2 punch. One guy makes a long run, and you put another guy in just as good. Here we go, and they blitz, and we catch him in the blitz, and Jason reads it perfect and gets it to Ben Obanu for the third touchdown. And 7.5 minutes go in the third quarter. Here you can see Jason just holds it just right. They hit him pretty good there. He got shook up a little, but again, he just executed perfectly. And sometimes when you blitz, that you pay for it if your quarterback's got enough nerve to hold it long enough to get the receivers open. Here they come back and scramble around, and Mayo Sal almost gets the interception. Again, another good pressure. Good tackle downfield. They threw the tight end quite a bit in this game, and and we took their wide receivers out of it, basically.
And you get close to halftime, up 21-0. Coach Al Borges there.
It was a good day for Coach Borges, his first SEC game, and did a good job. All of our coaches did a good job preparing this team for this game. Very physical game, and our fans showed up also.
3-touchdown lead for the Tigers as you head to the locker room.
Here's the answer to today's J&M Tiger Trivia Challenge. Auburn's first bowl game was the Bacardi Bowl, played in Havana, Cuba. Auburn and Villanova battled to a 7-7 tie on New Year's Day, 1937. It's the only bowl game to ever be played outside the United States to this day. And that's today's J&M Tiger Trivia Challenge, brought to you by J&M Bookstore. Visit J&M on the World Wide Web at www.jmbooks.com.
Time now to take a look at an Auburn player inside the Tiger cage. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza.
Trip. Laredo's. Wesley Hill. God, he like play cards all night and just sit up and just watch. We watch stuff on TV that I don't watch. Haley Concourse. Florida. Like I just like the whole swamp deal where they do the gator with their hands. Middle. Let's go Tupac. PlayStation. A little closer to home. Easier way for my parents to get here. Bo Jackson. I did so many things I heard about him. From watching the highlights. He's one of the fastest guys that ever come through college. And he was a multi-athlete. White jerseys. I like to see Man of Fire. Basically Denzel Washington movies.
And that's this week's edition of the Tiger Cage, brought to you by Domino's Pizza.
This week's Tiger of the Game is presented by your local Toyota dealers. Get the feeling, Toyota. Senior quarterback Jason Campbell from Taylorsville, Mississippi is this week's Toyota Tiger of the Game. In the 43-14 win over Mississippi State in Starkville, Campbell recorded his first career 3-touchdown passing game, connecting on 8 of 17 passes for 139 yards. Jason Campbell, this week's Toyota Tiger of the Game.
We're back at Scott Field, Auburn Football Review. We're at halftime, Auburn leading Mississippi State 21-0, and Coach, you really were able to get a lot of guys playing time. That's very rare in an SEC game, particularly on the road.
It really is, and we're proud to get all those guys in, but as we said, the third quarter we had to get it done, and by the end of the third quarter the game was basically over with, and we were able to play some young guys, and they need to be able to hold up there in the bargain now when they go in. We gave up too many points. We gave up 14, but I was proud of our second-team offense. Brandon Cox came in and did a good job, threw the ball well, and read the defense is about as good as you can do.
All right, let's take a look at those second-half highlights. Kickoff to start the second half, and Philip Yost didn't get it into the end zone quite as much on Saturday, but this one goes to the end zone. Defensively, you stop them, 3 plays, and done, Coach. You get the ball right back and go back to work offensively.
Go back to work, and again, we're doing what we do best, run the football. Carnell's on the left side there. We worked on their left side pretty good in the entire game. Here's a quick pass to Devin Arumashadu for a first down on the outside. There's a tall sweep we ran earlier. And
one of the few times they were able to stack that thing up.
Here's one of our low points on the field goal. John missed it, should have made it, but it's still a little bit of a high snap, and we've got to work a little bit more on that. Still, 3 new guys doing it there. Here they come back, and big play out of Josh Thompson there on the zone play. Our defensive line's getting better. We don't have the depth there we'd like, but we're making a lot of plays. Here's Ronnie Brown on the outside. Good running play, good downfield blocking there out of Ben. We want to just go out and create a different line of scrimmage like we did the first half. And there's Ronnie running hard inside again. The offensive line really was aggressive this game. Of course, all got their attention the first part of the week on Monday and Tuesday. We run here on a 4th down as 4th and 5, decide to go for it, and I tell you, it's great to see us be able to run a screen pass. And that's one thing you have to do to have a good passing game. And we caught him in a blitz. Good execution by Jason Campbell and the offensive line. Look at him downfield blocking. And again, we're just one step away from scoring. Here's the bootleg pass to Anthony Mix. Almost gets in for the score. Stepped out on about to 4. And here's another good goal line play. Bounce to the outside. Good blocking by the tight ends. Carnell gets inside.
2 touchdowns in the game for Carnell Williams. Gives him 10 career touchdowns against Mississippi State.
That's a great career for him. There's our band at the game. Good to see them there. Again, you can just see we set a new line of scrimmage, and Carnell does such a great job of bouncing outside on short yardage plays.
Ronnie Brown, Carnell Williams. We heard their name a lot on Saturday.
Here we come back, and we run a little twist up front trying to get pressure. Good tackle by Terrace Williams. Tell you, he's played real well the first 2 games. Really tackles well in open field. And here they come back and run another little bootleg, and we almost get to the quarterback and force him to make a short throw.
Just a little bit low there.
There's another good pressured pass rush. Good play by Donnie Young, getting over from a safety position. Now we come back and start throwing the ball a little bit more. Good throw and catch to Anthony Mix. Watch this run. Good blocking by Trey Smith, Ben Obanu, and I tell you, for us to be successful in these big games, that young man right there is going to have to play like he played yesterday.
I'll tell you what, he had a great game, and we'll see the replay here. One of the better runs after a catch we've seen in a while.
If you see there, they run what we call a mix with the defensive line, and our offensive line does a great job protecting, and then it allows Jason to get the ball in the pocket to Mix, and then just break tackles, get downfield. And again, now he's 6'5", 230. That's not a typical wide receiver, so like a tight end catching the ball. Here's a big play out of Eric Brock from Benjamin Russell High School in Alexander City. His first interception as an Auburn Tiger, and will make many here the next few years. Here's our entire second-team offense coming out. Brandon Cox throwing to Silas Daniels. And then Trey Smith comes back in, and you know, it's a pretty good second teamer there, you know, Trey Smith. And our offensive line, second-team offensive line, they'll get a little extra work this week. They didn't please Coach Nall like he would have liked coming out, and that play looked good, but there was a couple we didn't play as well or block as well aggressively like the first team did. But big play there by second-team group here. Run a short post, the Hewitt Trustful Connection.
Lee Guest.
Lee Guest from Brandon Cox. Here we come now to goal line play, little formation we come up with last week. Fake the pitch, throw it quick to post route to Ben Obanu, and it's good to see this play work, I tell you, because you need to have a quick hitting play like this on the outside on goal line, and we're going to need this when we get down the stretch.
Tell you what, that took a pinpoint pass, and you got it. Now watch this play. Watch Sam Reeves, little fake. And off to the races.
Yeah, not a very good snap, and it's what we call fire. If it's a bad snap, he picks it up. The 2 outside goes out for a pass, but he runs it in. Sam Reeves from Pelham High School. Here's our second-team defense. Neil Brown, Quentin Groves from the state of Mississippi wanted to play real good in this game. He worked real hard this past week. There's another play out of Monte Collier and Karibi Dede. Mayo Sal there on the tackle. A lot of young guys getting some play. There's a good play by these guys, though. Patrick Lee on the coverage, but it was a perfect pass on the outside, and they converted. We fumble on the next snap, and so they get another play. And again, our second team's got to play a little bit better, but it's good to see these guys get in the game. We played close to 70 players again. That's a lot of plays.
And you win your SEC opener. Sylvester Croom there. A good way to start the Southeastern Conference schedule, and getting ready now for LSU.
Time now for the FedEx Air and Ground game, brought to you by FedEx, proud sponsor of Auburn football. Go air, go ground, go Tigers. On the ground, the game's top rusher, senior tailback Ronnie Brown, broke free for a 59-yard run in the second quarter to record the game's top ground play. And through the air, quarterback Jason Campbell hooked up with wide receiver Anthony Mix for an incredible 58-yard touchdown pass in the third quarter. And that's this week's FedEx Air and Ground game. FedEx, proud sponsor of Auburn football. Go air, go ground, go Tigers. Coach Tuberville's apparel provided by Buckaloos, Montgomery, and Auburn.
On a hot and humid day at Scott Field, we're just minutes after Auburn's 43-14 win over Mississippi State in the SEC opener. We just saw the highlights, Coach, and it's fun to celebrate these wins, and you've got probably about 24 hours to do it, but You know, the defending national champions come to town next weekend, and what is one of the biggest games that I can ever remember in the month of September at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yeah, you know, they're the team that's been picked to win the West, and we have them at our place this year. It's going to be the all Auburn all Orange week, and everybody's been fired up about it, you know, since you know, spring, and you know, it's one of those games that you look forward to. You know, I thought our guys did a great job of focusing on these first two, but I know who they were thinking about in the back of their mind.
Well, I know it had to be difficult. I mean, for some of these guys, there's so much talk about LSU, and they know it's on the schedule. But still, they kept their focus in this ballgame.
Yeah, you know, we're going to have to play our best. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They got a good football team. They had a scare their first game, and I'm sure they've worked all those out. And you know, they got an excellent team with a lot of depth. So we're going to have to be fully prepared. And not only the football team and coaches, but also the fans.
All Auburn, all orange is the theme for this event. Make sure you get your all Auburn, all orange t-shirts. They're at all the bookstores in town. Of course, part of the proceeds of those sales go to the Tiger Habitat for Humanity project. Kickoff, Auburn and LSU is set for 2:30 Central Time. Airtime on the Auburn Network is 12:30. Appreciate you tuning in to this week's edition of the Auburn Football Review.
This has been the Auburn Football Review, brought to you by Golden Flake Snack Foods, the official snack of the Auburn Tigers. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, now offering long-term care benefit programs. Winn-Dixie, you'll always find everything you need at your neighborhood Winn-Dixie. Tiffin Motorhomes, wherever you go, we go. Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of Auburn Athletics. Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. For building outdoors, yellow's your color. Colonial Bank, financial strength in local hands. And by your Alabama Coca-Cola bottler. Coca-Cola, let's make it real. The Auburn Football Review is an Auburn Network production. On the web at auburntigers.com.